Good evening. This is Tea with TEO, where I spill the tea that comes towards me. Now, today's tea topic is going to be online etiquette when dealing with people, because some people's dusty, musty, crusty sons and daughters is out here really acting reckless. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, TEO, aren't you one of those reckless people? And yes, I am, but I'm reckless for the right reasons. So let's look at messages first, because people like to stunt like they want friends, this, that, and everything else, but they can't respond back to people. In this day and age, we only use messages to contact people. It's not like in the olden times where you run up on someone and just be like, I think you're cool. I hope you think I'm cool too. Let's be friends. Go get drinks. Hang out. That kind of thing. It takes a lot more effort in today. See, I can say that, but at the same time, I'm still running up to people, giving them compliments and then dipping out before something bad goes down. I can't help it, I'm gay. Kidding! My sexuality has no bearing on my behavior. That is literally just who I am. Anyways, back to messages. What I'm trying to say is that we shouldn't think the first few negative things that we want to think about the people that we see messaging us or trying to gain our attention. I mean, in the actuality of things, we've put ourselves on there, so what do we expect? Just to take up space? Just to sit there and look cute? I mean, people is gonna want to message you if you sitting there and looking cute, right? And something to keep in mind with online etiquette is to remind yourself that some people are actually looking for friends too. So that first message may not have to do with anything that you could be assuming, either sexually or whatever. Does not matter. Regardless, that person could be looking just for a companion as well as you are. So instead of judging them based on the first few things that you see or social medias that you are looking through, literally meet that person and get to know who they are. Another thing, can we start being more polite and respectful to each other in the first message that we send to one another? I'm sorry, no dick pics, no telling me about how you as a white person feel that this is segregation or whatever, no talking about race issues, and definitely none of that, oh, no fats, no femmes, this, that, and everything else. Can we start being more polite to one another, please and thank you, because we have a lot more to offer than just what we, present visibly. Honestly, cut it out with that. Cut it out with also this bougie ass attitude that some people go on there. Like, oh, I'm too good to message someone back, or I'm busy in this. Yes, honey, we all busy. Shit, we all got schedules we doing and working on, but it takes about 2.5 seconds to get back to a message. That's all it takes. And honestly, I've had to go through that. I literally have had people put this idea and frame of mind on me that I think I'm too good because my body this and whatnot. And I answer back people now. Just because I know that it's not going to take too much off of my time to respond back to someone who is trying to probably gain my attention, be friends with me, whatever. I don't know. And I shouldn't sit there and just act like I don't see it. If I say I'm going to get back to it, which I feel like everyone should do, if you say you're going to get back to it, get back to that message. That goes to you people especially that like to get mad after they don't receive the second message. Because if you answer the first, the second would have never came. And trust me, I understand that some people can act entitled and act like the world revolves around them and that all of your time should be spent on them, but the saying always went, kill them with kindness. And if you find that you can't vibe with those persons, do not vibe with those persons. But at the same time, do not take first impressions of online appearances and judge them in the general based off of that idea, because often those ideas are wrong. So now we're going to take a look at online attitudes and behaviors, because some people's is very, very vulgar. Alright, so now we can get into attitudes and behaviors, because some people's is right vulgar. All I will say for this one is unpack your shit. Because I'm tired of doing it. I've resigned. I'm not going to be able to hear you explain as to why you aren't into this race, why you aren't into X race, or why you feel as a white person that you understand what racism is like and discrimination and can therefore tell a person of color what racism is and what discrimination is, like you know something. Because in 2019, I'm not here for it. So for attitudes and behaviors online, unpack your stuff. Because I'm not going to have the conversation with you. Sorry, I'm not going to absolve those tears. Little Susan, whatever your name may be, whatever it is, I'm not going to absolve those tears. Take it to a confessional. Take it to a church. Take it to your counselor. Because me, I've resigned. I have no time for it. So, with that in mind, expose yourself. Exposure is key, honey. Now, the last thing does tie into online etiquette and should be, universally known amongst all of us to have a profile picture, no matter what, on your profiles. I understand if you are maybe a person that is not out and whatnot and having conversations with people online anonymously, but when you're having those individual conversations, those are individual conversations and you should, let that person know who it is they're talking to, especially the fact that you can see them. It feels a little bit creepy knowing that someone can see you and you have no idea what they look back. But in general, in 2019, we should all have photos recent of ourselves up on our profile so people can know who it is that they are meeting and not have to sit there and guess and hope and pray to God that they don't get murdered that night. Anyways, I was gonna have a conversation about, being a person of color and doing anything online, but for those people that are probably gonna say, oh my god, here we go again, you can go and do the legwork and unpack that business, first of all, and then go expose yourself to your community, because trust me, as individuals, it's different for individual black people. So, well, this has been Tea with TEO. If you want to continue the conversation, you can go to my Instagram story where you can ask me all you want about online etiquette. Have a wonderful evening.